Good morning and welcome to the Senior Hour, which is sponsored by Comfort Keepers In-Home Care and Advanced Audiology. I'm Barbara Cochran with my co-host, Dr. Gene Dorio. He's just about to step into the door. Where are you? There he is. My co-host,
Dr. Gene Dorio.
There we are, on your hometown station AM 1220 KHTS. This is a show for, about, and by seniors, giving information to enhance one's quality of life. And our guests this morning are Mary Dembkowski of Oakmont of Santa Clarita.
Good morning. Thank you.
And later in the hour, we will be speaking with Nola Aronson of Advanced Audiology. Okay, how is everybody today?
Wonderful.
Great.
Good.
Beautiful day.
Look at the weather.
Yes, it's lovely,
Don't
isn't
you
it?
love Santa Clarita?
Yes, but I wanted more rain. We didn't have enough.
Anytime,
We
Barbara,
didn't have enough.
You know, sometimes it rains early here in Santa Clarita and then doesn't rain at all. We've seen that picture for a long time, but I'm hoping that it'll be a different pattern.
Well, all we can do is hope.
Yeah.
Yes.
La Nina or El Nino, whatever it is, we'll take either one of them.
That's right. Okay, Mary, how are you today?
I'm doing well. Thank you, Barbara.
That's good. And how is Oakmont of Santa Clarita?
It is just wonderful. Our residents just got through celebrating Halloween, and it was just exciting to see how many of them dressed up and got into the spirit. And we had a pumpkin carving contest, and the staff all dressed up, and families came, and it was just lovely. So that holiday is now over, and
What are we off to next?
What was your favorite costume, though, of the seniors? What could they dress up as? Clinton and Trump, that's for sure.
we didn't have any of that.
You did not.
So,
Great.
I think my favorite costume was one of our care providers did it on her own. She dressed up as Thing 1 and Thing 2 and Thing 3 from Dr. Seuss, and she had residents be Thing 2 and Thing 3, and she didn't tell us she was doing that, and we were like, how come these two residents aren't at the party? They're always here, and they appeared with our care provider and dressed up as, it was really cute, and they looked fantastic. So it was fun. It was a fun day.
Yeah, sounds like it. But every day is fun over there, and it's it's fun, but it's also the other side of the coin is their quality of life continues to be enhanced, and that's what we're looking for in when we can't live at home anymore. Our seniors start to fail, and failing means potentially even in a nursing home. And, if you have the ability to, and family and people around you, and that facility to be able to go to, it clearly can make a difference in somebody's life.
Definitely enhances their quality of life, and in a safe, caring, and like we said earlier, fun environment, and where they can maintain their independence, oftentimes longer than they could in their own home.
Right. And that what I was going to say is it extends their life.
Yes.
Definitely does.
Absolutely.
And it's because the things that they have found secure in their home, that comfort zone, they can now find it outside of their home in a new home. And to me, that, when I see my patients who reside there and are trying to maintain what they've had before, certainly Oakmont has been a way for them to do that.
Yes. And, transition is not easy. Change is not easy for anyone. And for our seniors, having to move out of their home and move into a community or any community, it takes time to transition. But once they settle in and they're around other people who are really in the same situation where, they've lived in their home for many years, they have that in common, and they start to make friends, and they start to realize that, wow, this is nice. I don't have to worry about maintaining my home. I know that if I need assistance, I can just push a button and someone's here in case there's that emergency. So, sometimes it takes a little bit longer with them to realize that than it does their family, but definitely our residents are very, very happy living at Oakmont, and we just love them.
Well, you have a putting green, you have
Yep.
a garden.
We have a garden, we have a dog park.
The only thing that I think that, if I were living there, I would want a kitchen where I could cook.
Yes.
And be able to make pies and fudge and things like that to keep the residents there healthy.
Yeah. Well,
pies and fudge do that,
Well, our chef is big on all of those things, but and our residents do get in our 1 and 2 bedrooms, they do get full kitchens. So if there's a holiday coming and a resident wants to make some special dessert that she's always made, and she's welcome to do that. They have that option to cook in there.
Do they have an oven in the room?
They have a microwave convection combination. So
okay, that doesn't do it for my pies.
What? Do you have rooms that do not have kitchen facilities?
we have all of our apartments have either a full kitchen or a kitchenette. So a kitchenette would be the smaller size refrigerator and a microwave and a sink, but not the full on kitchen like our larger apartments.
Right. But you do have the amenity of they're having to keep food cold,
Yes.
especially drinks.
Little
and
snacks
that.
or
Yes.
Microwave,
drinks
heat
and
things
things
up,
like that. So,
soups.
that's pretty much all that they're doing as far as in the realm of cooking. Everyone enjoys going down to the dining room that's open all day long. They can, have a meal whenever they choose and have great choices. So,
And
there's no need to cook.
they mingle.
And they mingle.
mingle.
That's socialization.
So
Absolutely.
very important.
Absolutely.
Really is.
Yeah.
Eating and how we get our nutrition is important. I've had institutional type food, military has it, and you go in the first time and it tastes great, and after a few months it just
Tastes the same.
Well, it starts to lag a little bit,
Yeah.
and that's okay. But you learn how to adapt and have variety, and I'm sure you have probably a menu team there that will discuss issues related to what you're eating and what you're offered there.
Absolutely. Our home office, we have an executive chef at the home office level that will work on developing our menus, and they're seasonal. So right now we're in our fall menu. So that offers a variety of different salads, and corned beef on rye is one of our menu items offered for the fall. And then we always have those just sandwiches and a hamburger and all those general items that you can always get. But the seasonal menu is wonderful, and I've recently tried a couple of things and they're delicious. So we do have chefs working on giving us a variety on our menu as well as a balanced menu.
That's wonderful. And your next big meal that you will be fixing is?
Well, our next big meal will be Thanksgiving.
Yes.
So we're actually doing a Thanksgiving feast on the Tuesday before Thanksgiving. I think it's the 22nd. So that allows family members to come in and have a Thanksgiving feast with their loved one. And then if they want to take them out on Thanksgiving or bring them to their home, they can have Thanksgiving again. But we actually celebrate it on Tuesday with turkey and stuffing and all the fixins.
That's wonderful. Now, you have a special event coming up, don't you?
Our next event is Veterans Day. So
Yes.
November 11th, we actually have a Veterans recognition ceremony where we're having the color guard come in, and then we're having a delicious meal. And then in the afternoon, we're doing some entertainment. And our activity director is just wonderful with booking things for our community. And so on Veterans Day, we actually have, it starts at 11. We have the Veterans Recognition Ceremony, and then we have a delicious lunch at 12. And then at 2, we have it's called the Gypsy Folk Ensemble. And they're actually a dance ensemble, as well as they have a vocalist. So they're going to be doing patriotic songs, and they travel all over the country. And I'm really excited to see their presentation and their performance. So that's our Veterans Day plan.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful.
Do you know how many veterans there are right now in your facility offhand?
I would say there's probably, my goodness, I know that we're getting photos so that we can have them on display. So I would say we probably have at least 10, maybe more.
How many are women?
I don't know that number.
Yeah, that's because
yeah.
it's interesting because here in Santa Clarita, as we all know, that we've had women who were not recognized as being
Yes.
veterans. Remember, they were
Yeah.
pilots, and it was sad that they didn't get that recognition. Now they are,
Right.
But I think it's as we see and look at our armed forces, we know that many now women have joined the forces. I mean, they are out there, and I think it's important that we not only recognize that veterans has been in the past mainly males. Now it's females, and we're going to have to, start rethinking how we look at Veterans Day and say, it's not gender bias at this point. We are now seeing the need that we have to recognize everybody, and the best part is our government decided at some point to say the women who flew planes for the United States military now get that recognition. And when that happened, I was like, I wasn't surprised, but because it needed to happen a long time ago.
Yes.
But you might want to look within your realm over there to see if there are any women who, because that you have women veterans. I mean, I think they're the ones who now need to be in the forefront of being honored.
Definitely. And every resident got a form from us and asked if you were a veteran and when you served. And so on the next show, we will be able to tell you how many veterans we had and how many, if we had any women that were veterans as well.
I bet you do.
I bet we do.
But I think women don't talk about it as much.
Well, guys don't either. Remember, I mean, there's a lot of, the people, my dad never talked about it. I mean, he got racked up, and injured.
But, but veterans aren't just veterans who got injured.
No,
Veterans are anyone who served
correct.
any armed forces,
Right.
anyone.
But a lot of them
And a lot of women, you're right, have never been recognized
Yeah.
because they aren't considered, quote, veteran.
Yeah, well, they don't talk about
Usually
it because
male.
sometimes they didn't know that was the role. There wasn't a recognized role. That was the thing. But, guys, I know with my patients, there's one of my patients who is not only a veteran, he survived Pearl Harbor.
Wow.
He lives here in Santa Clarita. People don't know about that. Here he is in our community, and he survived Pearl Harbor. And when you ask him about it, doesn't talk about
Don't
it.
talk about it.
He was stationed in Pearl Harbor at the time.
That's interesting because Bill Reynolds needs to interview him. As he does, he needs to interview my husband.
Yeah.
And Russ says, no, I don't want to talk about it.
That's right. He doesn't want to talk about it. This
But
is just the nature.
it really has to be done. They have to let the world know that yes, they did serve.
Yeah.
And I know Russ was a combat medic,
Wow.
and he never talks to me about it.
Yeah. My dad was he was in the Navy for 20 years, and he was actually on a aircraft carrier, and he was a cook.
Which
and
aircraft
He was on the
carrier?
Intrepid.
Intrepid. Wow.
So that's actually now it's in New York, and my
Wow. Does
brother
he go?
he's passed away. Unfortunately, he passed away at
guys
at a
should
younger age.
go.
My brother and his family have gone, and actually as they were going down to where the kitchen area was.
Yes.
My dad's picture is on the wall.
Get out.
I have a picture of that, but I have yet to go. So next time we go back east, for sure, we'll be going to the Intrepid. But
That is so
yeah,
cool.
so he served actually in the Vietnam War because he retired from the Navy in 1969.
Wow.
So,
20 years.
20
Congratulations
years.
for his
Yeah,
service.
But he never, like Barbara said, he never talked about it. Of course, I was young at the time, and unfortunately, he passed away at 57. So it was unfortunate. But he didn't talk about it with us as children. But I would love to, if he was still here, to talk to him about it.
I mean, it's magnificent how these aircraft carriers, you see how huge they are and how everything has to be done in a certain way, and you practice just to make sure. And if you get in a combat situation, of course, it's totally different because now the sounds are there and the fumes are there and everything else is there. But, it's almost all automatic because you've practiced it so much. For those who have never been on an aircraft carrier, go down to San Diego.
Yeah, exactly.
Because we have the Midway there, and it's just a beautiful ship.
Such a great experience.
It is. So, maybe to honor some of the veterans who, for all of us, even though you don't have veterans in your family, go down to the Midway and see what we're talking about right now, how the quarters were so close. But, the importance of what they did was astounding to me, that they should be able to put this all together to defend our country.
I know, it is. It's amazing. But so we're very excited about Veterans Day and what we'll be doing to honor our Oakmont veterans, and of course all the veterans in the community, because we do extend that invitation to people in the community to come to Oakmont that day and join us.
So the election is next week. Are you going to be a center for election?
We aren't a polling place.
You'll be taking your...
Yeah, most of our residents have voted by mail.
Have voted already.
Yeah, they've already voted. So I would say probably 80-90% of them have already voted.
How cool.
I think that's the only way to go, personally.
Yeah.
Did you vote already, Barbara?
Oh, yes.
You did?
I've already voted by mail. So did Russ.
Okay.
We tried doing it at the polling places, but they were so busy and so full, and you had to stand in line. And we thought, I don't want to do this anymore.
I liked it.
So you did.
I love going in, and I love the fact that I get the badge that says I voted.
Well, you still get it through the mail. Yes,
But,
that's good to know.
But, I get it, and I stand in line, and, I look around at the people, and I don't really care, how they're voting. What I care about is the fact that they are voting. And it's important for the seniors listening right now to get out and vote. For some, this is a crucial election. And I think there are not only the presidential candidates who are running, but there are many, many things going on in our state, propositions and things like that we are voting on as well. And we need to have that voice in it.
Absolutely.
And, for whatever people say, oh, my vote doesn't count, and, I'm just one in a billion, and, I never think that way.
I've heard of a lot of people saying, I'm not going to bother to vote. I don't like either one of them.
But it's not that. It's the rest of the stuff, too.
I know.
There's
That's
so
what I
much
said to them.
yes.
I said, there are so many propositions, so many, even locally, we have people to vote on.
Yeah, we have a city council
we do.
Needs to be elected.
That's right.
You just look at the signs all over this valley, and
That's right.
people just need to educate themselves and read up on the propositions and get out there and vote.
And they always get a very thick book.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah. Got that.
Got that.
I put it under my pillow.
Wow.
Read a little bit every night.
Yeah.
Oh, but if I read it at night, I forget it for the next
do you?
morning.
Yes. I use one of those Magic Martin and I yellow it.
No. But that was quite a book to go through.
Yes,
Yeah.
it
Yep,
is.
yep.
It was almost a half an inch thick. I was amazed.
Yeah.
Absolutely amazed.
But you have seniors over there who will be voting. You have seniors over there that will celebrate Veterans Day with. I mean, Oakmont is just a wonderful place for our seniors to be. And, it's not an easy transition, like you said, Mary, but, it's important that people understand it's an option for those who are facing problems and possible change in their environment to look at what those options are. And for Oakmont, it's a great option for those who are there to look at.
And you are full.
We actually, we run pretty full. People are love living at Oakmont. But we do have some openings. We have our larger apartments. We have a couple of the larger apartments, 2 bedrooms, coming up in November that are absolutely beautiful. So they're great for a couple who maybe is coming from a larger home, and downsizing is difficult. So this gives them the option to have a larger apartment, or just a single person who wants a lot of space and doesn't want to give up their things. So we do have those luxurious 2 bedrooms.
Well, the 2 bedrooms, if you use just one for a bedroom, you can always use the other for your
An office, or some ladies like to have a sewing
recreational.
room. Or,
That's right.
So it's
Maybe even put a small billiard table in there.
there. You go. It's got enough room. It's 1,300 square feet.
Whoa.
So we would love for you to come, anyone to stop by and see us and take a tour.
And if they want to reach you, Mary, how do they do that phone number?
Very easily. Our phone number is 661-295-2025. You can visit our website. It's Oakmont of Santa Clarita.com. But we do tours 7 days a week. So please reach out to us if you'd like to come see the community.
Terrific.
Thank
Terrific.
you.
Want to sign off there?
Sure. Well, Mary, thanks for being on the show.
Thank you so
today.
much.
And
Always
all
enjoy
the events you
being here.
do, we just keep it up, and we appreciate what you're doing for our
Thank
seniors.
you.
Thanks so much.
Happy Veterans Day.
Happy Veterans Day
Thank
to
you.
everybody when we get it a few days after
That's right.
Election Day.
Election Day. Wow, everything's coming up.
Thank you.
And it'll be roses, won't it?
Yes.
Yes.
I'm Dr. Gene Dorio on your hometown station, AM 1220 KHTS.